And that's how you know Ark is broken. When you go on a little LSD trip, start drowning, and still need water.
Whirl.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Ark Aberration video. And today I'll be showing you how to kickstart your adventure in Aberration. So first off, what you're going to want to do is not blow yourself up with a rocket launcher, but what you're actually going to want to do first is you're going to want to spawn at the portal location. Now this is considered the easiest location on Aberration, and it's kind of foreseeable why it is. Now you, like I said, spawn here. Now you should spawn somewhere in the vicinity of where we just were on that main bridge, and you can see here we're kind of down in the foresty bit with the mushrooms. Now disregard the fact that if raptors come along and try to kill you, just respawn back in here. But what you're going to want to do first is pretty much stockpile all your resources in this area. Now this area is pretty rich with everything aside from metal. I've been able to find everything but metal. So you could easily get yourself up to level 20, even level 30 up here, just farming all these resources. Even getting earthquakes, you can gather blue gems from them, which is really useful for items further down on the Aberration list. Now once you're on the main platform bit, you can see this metal structure that we're on. You can pretty much find entrance to them anywhere. Only if you're ready to get a whole heap of experience do you want to come on this platform bit, because there are explorer notes all along. There are 2 explorer notes so far that I have found along this platform. Now one is all the way down the beginning there where you first saw me start the video. The other one is just here. So if you look for the portal rings and come to the end of them, the first explorer note is here, the Helaena Note. Now this gives you double experience, which you can use to easily level up throughout Ark. Now, like I said, there are plenty of resources around here for you to get yourself started. And once you've got enough resources, you've got enough narco berries, you've got enough trank arrows, enough arrows, you can then start trying to tame some of the tames in the area. However, before you hit up those tames, what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to get yourself a bulb dog. Now, these guys are also heavily located in the area. Just ignore the tames that you see on the screen. These are from previous videos that we were testing. But you can see here, the dinos here are relatively low level and easy to tame. You've got aberrant iguanodons, parises, raptors as well are located around here in the area. You've got paraceratheriums and turtles as well. Whatever tickles your fancy, pretty much. Now, the bulb dogs are also located normally along this little rampart bit of the portal rings. You can normally find a few of them just wandering around. If you can't, however, find any, continue making yourself way all the way up to the end there, and you will be able to find some more up there. However, for the purposes of this video, there are 2 that are just past this first ring that you'll be able to see. You can see there's our dead body where we blew ourselves up, but the bulb dogs are just around the corner here, and this is the location of the second explorer note. So not only do you get 1 explorer note up the end there, you also get 1 here. So you potentially get 1,000 seconds of double experience points. And you can see here, these are the bulb dogs. Now these guys are really easy to tame up. All you need are some aquatic mushrooms, and you saw plenty of mushroom stalks around the base of the platform where we are located. So you see there we got 1 aquatic mushroom. Now depending on what settings you're playing on, so your tame rate could be increased, it could be decreased, although I don't know what crazy lunatic would do that. Depending on what you've got it set to, a few mushrooms would normally be enough to tame one of these guys up. Now that's a level 88. We're going to stay away from him for the purposes of the video. But what you're going to need to do, obviously, is put the food in the last inventory slot, and you can feed him the mushroom. Now you see there, that 1 mushroom got him up to 46.2%, and he's on a level 28. Now I think our server settings are ×3. I'm not 100% sure on that actually. So you will need quite a few mushrooms to tame these guys up. But you can easily come down here, and they're located in plenty. So you saw there we had the stego as well. So there are plenty of herbivores to get your adventure started, and even more bulb dogs down here, Dodicaruses even, Lystrosaurus even, if you want to tame some of those up. So don't be afraid to try and tame some of these guys up, because they're really easy guys to tame up. And if you die, you can easily spawn back at the portal. And this is easily well, so far I found the easiest location. The only thing it lacks is a water source. There is no water source nearby, which is kind of annoying, but you can get by eating the mushrooms. Sorry, not the mushrooms and the berries. Well, you can eat the aquatic mushrooms that we are giving to the bulb dog. However, you could easily just kill yourself and respawn at the portal location. That's all there really is to it. Now, once you've got yourself set up, you've got a decent amount of gear, you've got yourself a bulb dog, you can then head and try and tame one of the other creatures located in the area. So even a raptor, they are slightly more harder to tame in Aberration than they are on the island. However, I would recommend for a first tame an iguanodon if you are too scared or just not ready to tame up a raptor, because you've got to consider as well, they do take meat. Granted, you can go around killing the bulb dogs in the area or the parasaurs. It would save you a lot of time if you just feed the iguanodon berries. Now, like you saw previously in the video, there are plenty of iguanodons located in the area. Now, once you get some of those, you're then going to want to proceed out of the portal area, which is north of the location where we are right now, so straight ahead, pretty much. And you're then going to want to make your way to the fertile lake. Now, once you come up over this little ridge bit here, you can see this is the end of the portal rings. You'll find that this leads to a little tiny corridor thing, which you can then sail down, and that pretty much takes you out of this little area. Now, once you get to this area, whoops, you can see that we've actually fallen out of the little path hole. You then come to your main source of water. So this is where you're going to want to refill your water if you do eventually get to here and don't decide to stay in the portal area. However, you have to be very careful because there are a lot of caruncuses, a lot of spinos, mantas, piranhas in the water. So you have to be very careful. However, there are metal nodes out here, so once you eventually get into the metal stage of things, you can come over to these little islands and find yourself with some metal. And that's how you know Ark is broken. When you go on a little LSD trip, start drowning, and still need water. That's how you know Ark is broken and Aberration is broken. I'm only kidding. This is what happens when you have too many hallucinogenic mushrooms. You get a little bit, oh god, and we just pretty much killed ourselves by accident there. Now, Fertile Lake is a little bit further up from there, over there, you can see. However, you don't exactly need to build over there. You can hang around at the portal entrance. There are quite a few metal nodes and quite a few planes. Now, if you still require more experience before you want to leave this point of the Ark Aberration map, there is another Explorer note located down the end of this, or just before you leave. It is Rockwell's one, and you can see he gets a little bit loony-poony. So yeah, that's also if you need extra experience points, which is located right at the end of the portal rings. So from here, you could either continue across and heading back towards the portal, except outside of the main entrance. You can head towards here, and there's nice flat ground where you can actually build. Now, there are metal nodes located around in the area. It's all a matter of looking for them. There are quite a few of them located just on those little ponds, but there are also some located a little bit further in the water. Now, you're going to have to be very careful in this area because there are a lot of crabs here. However, if you come down here, it's slightly more safe, and you lead to a little pond, still having a main source of water. However, there still can be sarco spawns in this area. It is quite a nice area to build here. However, like I said, you've got caruncuses up the top there, which could easily make their way down here, and this still is a sarco spawn area. However, you do have access to plenty of herbivores in the area, should you choose so to tame them. So this is a pretty nice area to build, not this place, but further up there. If you're not comfortable with building up there, you could always make yourself along the cliff face here, and you could actually end up in a much nicer spot. Now let's just get up here and show you guys quickly. But you should easily be outfitted to make your way across this little platform here. Should you so choose to set up a base location in the portal place, you could easily build a nice base and gather enough materials to build things. Now, the portal place has plenty of green gems, but out here also has plenty of the green gems. You can see these little crystal nodes at the back there. They are where you get the green gems from, and they are pretty useful in terms of being able to craft the Aberration items. Now, there are also drops out here which you can gather, but they are quite difficult to get to, obviously, if you lack the climbing materials, and they're not on par with Ragnarok's blueprint drops, you know, the drops that you get on Ragnarok. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all there is to really to get used to Aberration on. You don't really need, well, okay, that was weird. You don't really need to do much else other than that, just survive pretty much. But once you get out of the portal area, things get slightly more difficult. The map is a lot more vertical and challenging, so you got to make sure you're up for that challenge with a full set of gear, plenty of armor, you know, quite a few. You don't need quite a few tames, but you know, just your main primary tame that's a decent level that can survive being attacked by a couple of raptors. So yeah, you've got to take that all into consideration when you get out here. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much all you need to know for getting started in Aberration. There's not really much else. Now, there you can see these element charges down here. Once you do get out into the location down here, you can see there's quite a few of them, but you've got to be careful of the Ravagers. Those guys will shred you apart. This is pretty much where you come to exchange items for element. You can see here it's a charge node. You can also get charge from those locations. But yeah, Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I catch you in the next episode.
I got this soda, Remy boys.